There are so many new toy reveals and pre-orders out there, and sometimes you may miss one or two. So I thought DK and I would come on and talk about some of our favorites of the week on a new show that we call What I
What I
Missed.
miss?
I think that was the best one.
We did it! I needed the week off.
Well, almost. So many new toys to talk about because SDCC is a month out, and that was a weird one. Because SDCC is a month out, and a lot of companies are revealing their exclusives. For example, NECA has already released or revealed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 convention exclusives with more to come. At the time of this recording, there's 5, but who knows? There may be more. And if you want to hear more about these exclusives, we just did an episode of Unboxing Thursdays with Blaine from NECA. So you can go check that video out on the link that's going to pop up here. And what a surprise! Joining us as a special guest tonight for some pre-order news on What I Miss is Blaine. Welcome to the second show.
Hello again.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah, Blaine, thanks for
coincidentally wearing the same thing.
Yeah, me too. I have a whole closet full of these.
I forgot the costume change.
Exact same outfit. But Blaine, thank you for chatting with us on unboxing. Giving us some insight to the SDCC exclusives. I see you have behind you a couple of them already. Some samples, and that's cool. Yeah, so go check that out if you're interested in the NECA exclusives. But behind you have
Captain Impressive from the 90s sitcom Dinosaurs. I have Super Elf, which was featured in like a little booklet / cassette, and we imagined him cosplaying as Super Elf for Comic-Con. So he comes with poster tube and selfie stick and stickers to decorate his poster tube, and it just because he looks like a homemade little cosplayer. And then from the 1980 Flash Gordon movie, the Wood Beast Challenge, Flash Gordon and Stone. So those were our 3 of our SDCC reveals that I was fortunate enough to get to work on.
And you mentioned some of these would be available online if you can't make it to the con. What dates were those?
Oh gosh, it's next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the 25th, 6th, and 7th, I think it is. Whatever the Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of
the last week. 26, 27, 28.
Awesome.
Perfect. So those will be on NECAStore.com.
TheNECAStore.com. First come, first serve. So they're noon Eastern time. And when they sell out, they sell out.
Blaine, were there any toy reveals this week that caught your eye that you wanted to, you're the guest. What do you want to start off with?
Well, the predominant one comes to mind is Marvel Legends, because Ryan and Dwight did a live stream and revealed some new Marvel Legends, and I'm a big ML collector.
Yeah, it's a quick recap. There was the deluxe Odin, which comes with like multiple headdress, right? The ravens. Someone mentioned in the comments maybe the staff or the scepter could have been a little bit taller, but otherwise I think like this thing is damn near perfect.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
DK, I know you're into like
sorry.
Yeah, you made this face like yes, I didn't just click the wrong button. Are you going to be getting this? I know you're into like Asgardians and things, right?
I think I might, because this is like Odin done proper, man. Like the build a figure before didn't really do much for me, and then they had, I think, what did they make an MCU one?
Mm-hmm. They did.
They did it, right?
Of course.
Yeah, in the Infinity Square box.
Yeah, that one looks good, but I want a big giant Odin boy, So I think this one's good. He's a big boy.
Big giant Odin boy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and pick this one up. Part of their 85 years line. There was also a Jean Grey Phoenix that's on the super articulated body. Blaine, I'm sure you remember this. It comes with this Phoenix base that's very
pieces.
Yeah, very similar to the old Toy Biz one that came with a display base like this too, right?
Yep.
And the Phoenix has an articulated head.
Yeah, it's wild. I'm surprised at how much they went into the display base.
Right.
And I like that if you watch the live stream, the bottom of the base is a separate piece. So if you want to put like an LED light in there,
Right. Oh, and illuminate. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, there's been a lot of Phoenixes, but I'll probably grab this one. This kind of looks like Famke. Is that how you pronounce her name from the movies?
Famke.
Famke? Is it really? I've been saying it wrong for like
Ever?
20 years. Yeah, she's the Bond girl. She's Xenia Onatopp.
On the top?
On the top.
This face sculpt kind of looks like her.
It does, right? Especially the way that the hair was sculpted as well.
Yeah.
I thought the same thing. Yeah.
You see it too?
Uh-huh.
Oh, thank God. It's not just
I definitely see it in the eyes. That
the
is
blank eyes, DK. That's where you see the resemblance.
well, like the
Brows.
eyebrows and everything, right? Like I see it.
It's the facial structure.
Yeah.
On this head sculpt. There's also an Amazon exclusive 2-pack.
Oh yes, I forgot about this. The Destiny Rogue 2-pack.
Yes.
Yeah, I think this is my favorite reveal of the Marvel Legends. Destiny, I think, is the very first time we're ever getting a Destiny action figure.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think they mentioned first time in Legends. So add that to your Brotherhood of Evil Mutants and like the early appearance Rogue. And I know you're excited for this Xavier too, right?
I am. I had mentioned, they like kind of marketed as you can now like complete out your 275 Uncanny. And on the cover of 275, he's got gold and purple. So hopefully maybe we're going to get a repaint, but I'm going to totally cave and get this one in the interim. And, we just got Lilandra in the Wolverine sets. So
Yes.
now my Lilandra will have a Milky Way ghetto boyfriend.
Nice. I think Dwight did call out that the cover and some of the inside artwork had different looks.
Very.
So
yeah.
they had to obviously you can only choose one
Yeah.
to make one figure. But this is Warlord Professor Xavier, has a unmasked head sculpt, looks a little sly, maybe a little sinister under there. I can't throw the word sinister around casually with X-Men stuff because someone's gonna think
It's
it's
a little devious.
Yeah, there you go. There's also a Target exclusive Venom Let There Be Carnage version with new tendrils. And on the end, I didn't even notice this. And maybe that's because I haven't seen this movie, but on the end of the tendrils, there's little Venom faces.
Heads, yeah.
That's a nice update. DK, should I watch this movie?
I think the first Venom's worth a watch. It's pretty good, in my opinion.
Are you a politician? I said, should I watch this movie? And you're like, the first Venom is worth a watch.
Yes,
without saying that.
The first Venom. The second
Okay.
one was WTF for me, and then I don't know. I'm kind of scared about the third one right now. So
All right, Blaine,
I haven't even seen the second one yet.
Oh, okay, there you go. So
but were you okay with the first one?
I haven't even seen the second one yet.
Okay, cool.
You guys are good. You guys are really good. You guys are really good.
I've been trained in the ways of the Force.
In the ways of media and public facing roles. All right. The big thing, I guess, is the Marvel Legends Blackheart Build-A-Figure wave. They call it the Strange Tales wave. DK, I know you've been waiting for a Blackheart figure, right? Because you wanted the old Toy Biz one. You were hunting for it, I think.
I got the old Toys was one, and then I sold it.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it worked out.
It worked out, and then
Did you not like it, or
I don't know. I think my friend wanted it more, and I was like, okay, you can just take it. I don't really care about it. And then now they're coming out with this Bath figure, and I'm just like, oh no, I got to chase around Bath pieces for it.
this is called Toy Karma, my friend.
Yes, it is
Right.
indeed.
In this wave, there is a new Moon Knight with a different costume. I think this is that West Coast Avengers look. They showed a group photo along with the box set. Looks like double pinless everything. This is Lilith, I think. I haven't. Blaine, do you know who this is?
I think that
Lilith,
is
I think.
Yeah, you guys are so good. I have so much to learn. So much to learn. Damian Hellstrom.
And I think we got a Hellstrom figure before. I think we got an older Marvel Legends version of this, if I'm not mistaken.
It's the Strange Tales wave, so like the themes of these are more, I guess, mystical. That's never been my, my strong suit for Marvel in terms of what I read and what I kind of knew about. So a lot of these are not must-haves for me. This one looks pretty cool though. Bloodstorm.
Yeah.
Vampire version of Aurora.
I dig it. I might get it for this. And DK, I'll give you the Blackheart piece.
Woohoo!
So
One out of 7.
1 out of 7.
Helverine.
Yeah, this is dope.
Don't know anything
fun.
about. Yeah, I don't know anything about the character, but Wolverine on fire with fire claws. Yeah. Well, sorry, it's Dakin. This is Dakin, his son.
Dakin. Okay.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. That's
So
what
he
I've been
only has
told.
2 claws? I've
been told this. Is it Dakin or Dakin?
I think it's.
I say Dakin.
I think it's Dakin.
Well, actually, I don't know if his name is Japanese, but I know he's half Japanese. And
Right.
I guess I just always assumed if it was Dakin, it would be
Daken. No, Daken was Lalandra's brother.
But yeah, I actually didn't notice. So that's bizarre. We're getting like a multiverse version of him before we're getting
an updated version of
him.
him.
Yeah.
I don't know who told me it was Dakin. Maybe it is Wolverine. Anyway, he looks cool. He's a Wolverine, and I want it. Dracula, Marvel's Dracula. We talked about a lot of vampires tonight.
If we did, right?
But this is not Marvel's Dracula is not like what I imagine when I think of a Dracula figure. So
yeah,
in that sense,
he almost looks like the King in Black for me right now.
The pale skin and the armor.
Yeah,
and I think Dwight might have even mentioned it. It almost looks like they have a little bit of a Bram Stoker's Dracula movie with like the red armor. I don't know if that's what they were going for. I'm unfamiliar with Marvel's version of Dracula, but I that's the first thing I noticed was like, oh, it has a bit of a reminiscent, like Gary Oldman's.
Yeah, you're right.
Brother Doctor Voodoo. He's cool because he's got he's updated with better articulation. The staff reminds me of like the brooms with Mickey Mouse, when they were sweeping. Fantasia, and they showed off a cool feature. You can remove the amulet from his cloak to change him from brother to doctor, and vice versa. So that's a neat feature for Marvel Legends.
It's the PhD,
the doctorate. Not that kind of doctor. Yeah, and the Strange Tales logo.
No Doctor Strange in the Strange Tales.
They're just strange. Okay, while we're on the topic of Marvel, dude, Mondo has been absolutely killing it, and just constantly, like the devil on my shoulder. Come over here, Kevin. Come buy our stuff. Sculpted by Fan Plastic for Alex. Shout outs to you, man. And all the people at Mondo for this. Photography by Brandon, Posable Productions, and also Batman the articulated series on Instagram. Really cool photographer. Look at these photos, man. This is a 1/6 scale X-Men animated series. Cyclops already went up for pre-order this week. The exclusive gives you the swappable jacket with swappable jacket arms, 2 additional head sculpts, an extra long optic blast effect, and some cool ruby quartz glasses and a goggle. But even the basic set is pretty dang good. Blaine, have these figures been calling to you? The siren song, just like I've been hearing?
Yeah, and I have not dove into the sea yet, but it's getting
Nice.
harder and harder. They're so beautiful. I wish, just because I'm a 1/12th, primarily a 1/12th collector, and I have such an extensive collection of Marvel Legends, I just wish these could be in scale. But they're really, really pretty. And as a hardcore fan of X-Men the Animated Series,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think the cell shading is done like really, really good on these because look from pretty much every angle, it's not too in your face and it still works with the lighting and the shading.
Mm-hmm.
These are cool. And Mondo was doing a live stream right before we were on, and they're talking about, when you think about X-Men 97, you usually see them as a team versus, not often as individual characters. So when you see these shots of them together, it's like
Mm-hmm.
your childhood is coming back. Like you get that feeling.
Mm-hmm. And I even thought of, speaking of like childhood, not just the animated series, but in some of these photos, I felt it looked very reminiscent of like Capcom versus Marvel.
Mm,
Yeah.
Like there's the one photo of him like looking off to the side, and it just looks like such a video game stance.
this one.
Yes.
Yep.
Which they just actually coincidentally just announced
They're coming out on the
the
Switch.
revival. Yeah.
Yeah, the revival of just kind of like a greatest hits type of thing.
All right. Well, this is currently up for pre-order on mondoshop.com. Deluxe one was limited to 1,500. Look at that shot. Interrupted myself. The limited one was a 1,500 unit run, the deluxe one, and it's probably sold out. But you can still pre-order the base version, and they do have payment plans if you're interested.
This isn't an enablers episode, dude.
So last week, Thursday, they Hasbro had another kind of Transformers reveal of some of their new things that are coming out on during the fall and next year. So we have kind of some Legacy United Deluxe Slipstream here, which is just a jet. Whatever. It's a remold, it's a repaint of Wingblade. The colors is really nice for this one. Will I be getting it? Maybe. But yeah, it's like I love the colors on this one. And then we have also more box art, and this is another deluxe figure. It is G1 Quake. This is a really crazy heavy remold of another previous kind of I think it was one of the earlier Transformers Siege figures. I can't remember which one off the top of my head, right? But this does kind of complete the set of these G1 Power Masters that I think a lot of people are trying to complete. And it comes with transformable guns. So we got this guy, and so he turns into a tank.
I'm impressed every week you show up and it's just Transformers that are repainted.
And I'm still hooked. And
Yeah.
it's so silly. And yeah, speaking of repaints, this one is Transformers animated Motor Master, which is just a repaint of the Transformers animated Optimus Prime with a different head.
Put a limit on your repaint segment from now on, like 2.5 minutes max, 150 seconds.
This one is kind of special because the last time they actually did kind of like come out with this kind of mold or this unique kind of iteration of them, right? It was part of a BotCon exclusive, which you can't get, and the resale prices on that one, it's like really high. So having Hasbro release this kind of offsets and gives people a chance to get this version of this character, right? When it's a really good mold, and yeah, a lot of people are happy about this one. And speaking of repaints,
Jesus.
No way.
It's the credit collection? What's going on?
The credit collection. Where is it? Hold on. Let me get the other one too.
The credit collection. Oh.
So this is another repaint. Oh god, the entire thing's repaints. Come to think of it, this is the kind of what is it? The Armada version of Galvatron, which Galvatron is the repaint, is the upgraded version of Megatron. Yeah, and he's just in these really cool, different kind of purplish, upgraded colors for this one. And if we could look here, this is the original color one.
Also purple.
Yeah, it's also purple, but green. Not
Are they
fully
just-
thing, right?
Are they just aiming for one in every color?
Yes, that's probably what they're trying to do. But yeah, okay. And so they're coming out with this one. Oh, this one is a re-release. But the repaint is a little bit better on it.
Sorry, Blaine. I should have warned you.
Like, god darn Transformers.
This is amateur hour.
Yeah, and this is Metal Hawk here. A bunch of repaints and reissues that I want.
Can't wait to see what repaints they can repaint next week.
All right, is that it?
No, there's
For
actually
you?
one more, but I'm not going to go into it.
The long-awaited, the rumored and long-awaited 2003 version of TMNT by Super 7. And we have some friends in common, Kyle and Brandon, who worked on these figures. These were fully revealed Thursday and are up for pre-order on super7.com. And if you pre-order the full set from them, you get the exclusive head pack that's in the middle. That's like a new-ish thing they've been doing, I guess, to incentivize people to pre-order with them. If you order the entire wave, you get special exclusive accessories there. Obviously, this is the beautiful thing about Turtles, Blaine, and you know a lot about Turtles, right? Like there's a different version for like generations, different generation. And that's the beautiful part. You don't have to like everyone. You can have the one that's dear to your heart that you grew up with. And this is one for, a later generation. I've seen some episodes, but there is, there's demand for this version and it's finally revealed. And of course, the major call out here on the photo, all new articulation.
All new articulation.
Right? I think that's some of the major criticisms of Super 7 was they stick to a lot of, the aesthetic versus breaking down, I guess, silhouettes or whatever for the sake of different cuts and articulation. But you can see in that first photo, there's, I pointed this out before, the really deep elbow bend because they got the new elbow articulation in there with Donnie on the staff. You can see it's hidden inside here and a little bit more by those elbow pads.
I've actually never watched this this iteration. I think when I Googled the just 2003 Turtles, just to compare, I think they nailed the looks of them. And I like that they have the updated articulation. The articulation in the original TMNT Ultimates for them didn't bother me because Super 7's thing was based on the Playmates figures.
Right.
Which had even less articulation than that. So I looked at those as more of just like niche fun collector items. And these, I'm looking at them as more of like posable action figures.
Yeah, okay. I totally agree. I went into the Super 7 Turtles line knowing that, like, hey, they're not 30 POA kind of like superposable action figures. They're made to look like specific style, and maybe they don't move. Like, why would I expect it to do something that it's not designed to do? It's like going into a car store and saying, hey, you guys got boats? You know what I mean? The thing that kind of catches my eye, that I kind of noticed first, I love these Playmates kind of homages, the first line of Ultimates, because they had the sprue with the modern weapons, and a sprue with the the original weapons unpainted, so you can it was packed out. There was so much stuff But again, that was, how many years ago that line first debuted, in comparison to these ones. And I'm not familiar enough with this version of the Turtles to know like how many more accessories they could come with or what the original toys had. I noticed that there seems to be slightly less, right? But the times have changed from when that line first came out. That's the main thing. But these do look cool in terms of honoring the 03 look.
I didn't even actually think about that until you said it. I think just because that extra, weapons tray made sense in redesigning the original Playmates, whereas this, I just looked at them and assumed like, oh yeah, Mikey's got nunchucks, Donnie's got his bow staff, Leo's got his katanas. I didn't even
think
but
Mikey
I like
with
they all have alternate expression.
Yeah,
I do.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
I like the spinning nunchuck accessories.
It's one of my favorite accessories. DK, we talked about some of the Tamashii Nations exclusives for SDCC a few weeks ago because they were announced. But again, we're a month away from San Diego Comic-Con and more information is out. The one I'm most excited for is the Goku and Gohan exclusive that they're putting for the convention. We originally thought that it was like the Goku First Saiyan on Earth repacked with a new Gohan in the cloud, but it looks like there's there's different faceplates, right?
Yes, there are. I think was it 2 new faceplates?
Yeah, and the windswept hair. Did that first one didn't have the staff either?
No.
Remember the staff was that pack-in that you had to get at the convention, the exclusive?
Yes. It was a separate thing. So this one is 3 types of interchangeable facial parts, and then it's 2 of the left and 4 types of the right replacement hand parts.
Are you getting this? Do you want me to get one for you, DK?
If you're allowed. I don't know what the limit is, right? But we'll talk about this one. Like,
because I want 2, but if you want one, I will get multiple. Because I don't know if you guys remember like the episodes of Dragon Ball at the commercial break. There's a little like animation.
Yep.
They called back to that with these poses.
Yes,
right.
That's what caught my eye.
It's so
good.
That
is 1-to-1. Perfect.
Yeah,
it's so good. It makes me so happy. So is this shot, and the fact that they they're like, hey, let's recreate these shots, and they hit me right with the nostalgia. I want this. I want 2 of these.
Oh, right in the nostalgia.
Right in my nostalgia's nuts. But you wanted to wait until you knew more about the Kakashi. Have you decided now with these new photos?
No, not yet. Undecided.
1,000 years of pain.
3.5 weeks.
3.5 weeks. I gotta let them know soon.
Hey, Blaine, thanks so much for hanging out with us even more. I really like the Legends reveals this week, and I'm excited to see what else is announced between now and Comic-Con. And I know when this gets released, there will be a couple more. Between 1 and 3 or 5, no more. I'm trying to make it as vague and confusing as possible, but NECA announcements. But hey, thank you so much for giving us a little bit extra insight tonight, and come hanging out with us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Thanks for listening to me talk your ear off.
Yeah.
No, man. Thanks, man.
Go follow Blaine on Instagram at Blainerthings. Again, thank you everyone who is a supporter over on Patreon. You get early access to these videos ad-free. Plus, come hang out. We have some giveaways. We do some watch-alongs. There's deleted scenes. There's behind the scenes. Come check us out on patreon.com/toyingaround. And DK, Blaine, thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thanks all. Take care.